Chapter 6: The Rule That Saved Me from Financial Rock Bottom. There's a moment when you hit rock bottom where everything goes quiet. Not peaceful quiet, more like the silence after an explosion, when your ears are still ringing and you're just staring at the damage. That was me, sitting on the floor of my apartment, surrounded by unopened mail. I knew what they were: late notices, overdraft warnings, reminders that the world doesn't stop billing you just because you've run out of options. I remember picking one up, a utility bill with a red "past due" stamp across the top, and just laughing, a hollow, tired laugh. Because how do you fall any further when you're already at zero? That's when I made the rule. Not a spreadsheet formula, not a budgeting hack, a survival rule. It was simple. Never let yourself go below broke. Here's what that meant. Broke is $0. Below broke is debt. And debt for me wasn't just numbers. It was panic, shame, and a constant feeling of drowning. So I decided, even if it meant skipping meals, even if it meant saying no to everything that wasn't essential, I would never borrow again to survive. If I couldn't afford it in cash, I couldn't have it. Period. At first, it was brutal. There were weekends when I stayed home with rice and canned beans, scrolling past friends' photos at restaurants I used to join them at. There were nights I stared at my empty fridge and thought, this can't be adulthood. But then something started to shift. That rule, never go below broke, became my line in the sand. It forced me to make choices instead of excuses. I started planning instead of reacting, saving instead of scrambling. And little by little, the chaos began to quiet down. It wasn't glamorous. There was no cinematic breakthrough. Just me learning to survive on my own terms. But here's the twist. That rule didn't just keep me from sinking, it taught me something about power. When you stop letting debt rescue you, you start rescuing yourself. I didn't realize it then, but that one line scribbled in my notebook was the foundation of everything that came next. It was the rule that didn't just save my finances, it saved me.